Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Yordanos, and today I decided to do a very small house tour. I've been watching nothing but YouTube videos on house tours of their plants, and I decided to contribute. So we're going to start off today on my gardenia. This is my gardenia, and I feel like she's doing great. She looks shiny and she seems to be very healthy. And she has a lot of new growth coming in down below. The only thing is she's not flowering for me because I don't have the best sunlight at the place that I'm staying at. So with the minimal amount of light that she gets, I feel like she's still doing great. So I'm really proud of her. And I decided to keep her in the pot that she came in. I feel like there's no reason to change her out yet. I don't think she has any root bound or anything like that. So for now, I'm just going to keep her in here and continue to watch her grow, especially this leaf right here. This one's doing exceptional. Next up, we have my salvia. This is my baby, and she's doing exceptional. Like, she's grown so much for me because with salvia, she was one of my first plants that I got when I was testing out my green thumb, and I didn't quite know what I was doing, and she almost died. Actually, the thing about her is I got her and she was about 8 of them in one pot, and this is only three roots right here that survived because I'm sorry, but I didn't really know what I was doing, and I finally got a hand of it. I've done a lot of research on plants, and I finally figured out how to keep her alive, and she's thriving and doing great, I think. So I'm very happy about that. But this is my salvia. She looks like she's doing pretty good. Next, we have my cyclamen, and I would probably have to say this is probably one of my favorite plants, you guys. From the dark leaves that are just mesmerizing to the super white flowers. I love the contrast, and so far it seems to be doing well. I hope that it grows fuller and thicker, but this is how my cyclamen is looking. Next up is my baby. This is my basil. When I bought it, it was much smaller, and already I feel like it's grown pretty well, and it has a lot of new babies coming at the bottom as well, which I'm super excited about. But I do plan to use it for my cooking and salads, but this is what it's looking like, and I feel like it's doing great. It's small, but given that it was just born not long ago, it's doing great. It's growing pretty fast. Next up, we have my giant sequoia. My boyfriend bought me this as a surprise, I care about you, and I just want to buy you a present for no reason surprise. And he knows I'm growing my green thumb, and this is what it's looking like. So this is my first giant sequoia, so I don't know what to expect. I don't see any browning, and I feel like it is growing pretty good. I don't know how quick they're supposed to grow, but I know they do grow to become one of the biggest trees ever. But this is how he's looking. Alright, next up we have my kalanchoe. And my baby is doing pretty good. The leaves are growing pretty thick and full. When I first got him, he was much lower, but now I can see the bottom, which is a great sign that he has grown. And if you see underneath, there's a bunch of little buds coming in as well. His flowers up top are kind of browning, and I think that's probably from a lack of sunlight because the place that I'm staying at doesn't have enough sunlight. But overall, I feel like he's doing pretty great, so I'm pretty happy about that. And that's what he's looking like. And I love the really big green leaves. Here we have one of my roses. I've decided to name him Rose, and he is doing phenomenal. Like, he has grown so much in such a short period of time. He was very sick because I didn't quite know how to handle him initially, and he had powdery fungus and spider mites at one point, and he was doing horrible. But for quite some time now, he's been doing great, and I'm so happy about that. And he also has a little rose coming up top, so that makes me very happy, and I can't wait until he blooms. And that is what he's looking like. Alright, so what we have here is two plants, but it was actually one plant initially. So if you take a close look, there's two roots in here, and there's also two roots in here. So what I had to do with this plant was, it was horribly infested with spider mites, and it had powdery mildew or fungus all over it, and it was doing horrible. And so I had to repot it and put in new soil and give it fertilizer, pretty much start from scratch. This plant was pretty much dead, and I had no idea if it was going to survive or not, but I decided to repot it, and I just put it in these clear containers, and I put this marking on this one just to tell the difference between the two. And I poked some holes underneath to make sure the water is able to drain, and I just waited, and time was the only way to tell. And I feel like, especially this one, is doing great. Came back to life. Like, literally, it was dead. And so overall, I'm really proud of these two, especially this one. It has been growing for me a whole lot in a very short period of time, so I'm super excited about that. And this one is also doing really great. I don't know if they're gonna flower. These are both pink roses once they bloom, but again, because I don't get the best light, I don't actually know if they're gonna flower for me or not. So we'll see. But this is how they're looking like so far, and I'll keep you updated in the future. Okay, so before you start judging with my next plant, this is my baby rose. This was the first rose I've ever received. My boyfriend got it for me as a gift, and I swear, you guys, I didn't know what I was doing at all. And unfortunately, she's been through quite a bit. But if you see, so I put her in a new pot and put new soil for her. She's been watered probably 2 days ago, and even though she doesn't look her best now, don't be so quick to judge. She is actually growing. She has all these new beautiful leaves. I don't know if it's gonna focus, but give her time. She's been sick for a very long time, and because of me, unfortunately, I didn't know what I was doing. But she has a lot of new leaves coming in, and she's showing a lot of sign of recovery, so I'm very happy about that. So she was one of my very first plants, and I learned a lot. And unfortunately, a lot of new plant owners will have to go through the same mistakes as I have. I used to overwater her way too much, and she eventually got spider mites, and she got powdery fungi, and I didn't really quite know anything about fertilizing, so she was hungry. It was just a lot going on, but she has a lot of new growth coming in, and I think she will be just fine. So I am very happy and proud of her. I mean, I'm not happy that I made her sick, but she's not browning, she's green, she's doing better. So we'll see. And if you want to see an update on her, I will definitely make updated videos on Rose. But for now, this is how she's looking. Alright, so next we have my Chrysanthemum. Chrysanthemum. I'm not sure how to pronounce it, you guys. I never even heard of this flower until my boyfriend got it for me. But he's in the sink right now because he just got a watering and he's draining at the moment. But I feel like he's doing pretty good as well. Again, because due to lack of sunlight, he's not blooming or blossoming. But he's still very green, and I think he's doing overall pretty good. So thank you for watching. This is for new plant owners. I'm a fairly new plant owner, and I'm learning as I go, like a lot of us are. These are the ones I have at my boyfriend's house. I have about maybe 15 to 20 more at my house. So if you want to see a video on those plants, let me know. Those plants are doing much better because they are under a grow light, and I feel like they get proper watering and proper sunlight. Whereas here we have a north facing window where we get minimum sunlight. So if you want to see more videos on plants or on my plants, let me know. And again, there's nothing wrong with being a new plant mommy. You just have to learn as you go and try not to be too hard on yourself. Alright everyone, thank you for watching. My name is Jordanos, and I hope you have a great night or day. Bye bye.